Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a Twin Flame collective card reading using the Guardian Angel Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Rayleigh Valentine. So this card deck has been described as the world's gentlest and sweetest tarot card deck, and I've pulled a very gentle and sweet reading for you today. So this is actually a very unique deck. It's a 78 card deck with gentle words and images, and basically it gives the accurate message on the card. So it makes it very simple for you to receive the message of the reading. So the first card we've pulled is Helper of Emotion, right? And you can see there's two people here. It's a twin flame card, absolutely. And the male is just helping, the masculine is helping the divine feminine with the flowers. Very supporting her emotionally. So the message is Helper of Emotion. Romance blooms and you find yourself falling in love. Gifts of flowers, love letters and poems read aloud are all in your future. Marriage proposals, weddings and past life connections are possible. Someone new who is romantic or dreamy and emotional may enter your life. This person could be an artist who's an idealist about love. So I just really feel love cultivating in your heart, a loving relationship is being cultivated in your heart, whether that be with yourself, with a close friend, with anyone, or even, of course, your twin flame. So there's just a lot of deep, loving connection between you and yourself, or you and another person. So the second card we've pulled is Helper of Action. This looks like a cool one. And he's I think he's saluting or very focused on focused thought. He's very focused on something. So this says, you are blessed with many wonderful things to do. It would be great if you could take the time to make a plan first, but you probably don't have the time. So to just get busy, follow your instincts, and have fun. You or someone you meet is very self-assured, capable, and enthusiastic, and can do anything with a smile. Yeah. So this card's just really inviting you to engage with life and engage in putting in place the dreams that you have in your heart. It's not a time in your life or today to hold back your gift and be really specific about all the details. The gift in your heart and you are ready to be expressed. So share that. That's going to help with the energy of love and life expand in yourself and in your union. And you really want to begin cultivating your relationship of sharing yourself with the world, because that really attracts your twin flame into your life and cultivates and deepens your relationship and your intimacy with them. Is when you really get to know yourself by sharing your gifts with the world. And as you do that, your twin flame can also recognize you, right? If you're withholding your gifts, you're withholding yourself from the world, how is your twin flame going to recognize you, right, if you're holding yourself back? Okay, so the third card, there's a lot of cards of emotion today. So I said there's lots of little deep relationship healing going on. Three of Emotion, and it's got 3 baby angels just having a good time. They're playing music in the flowers. They have an abundance of fruit. It says, wonderful news is on its way. Announcements regarding engagements, pregnancies, births, or graduations will be revealed. New friends will be made, or communities of like-minded people will draw closer to one another. Exciting new beginnings or happy endings are just around the corner. So I really feel this energy of community and support coming together for a higher purpose. So yeah, you're really being invited to like be open to all of these supportive relationships in your life, and like with what you are passionate about, with what you believe in, like find those people, uh, build your network of support, and like share yourself with these people, and like pursue your dreams together. So if you've found like another friend is also on their twin flame journey here, who is also on their deep spiritual healing journey, that completely resonates with you, uh, build that support network, share with them, do it together. Come together into community, build loving community for yourself. Support is so important on your twin flame journey, and so is relationships. Your twin flame union is a relationship. It's a very intimate and full of life relationship. It's nothing about being conservative and just like being off in a little corner by yourself, right? You got to be very much open to a relationship in your twin flame union, because that's what it is at the core. It's a relationship in love. So yeah, and a beautiful twin flame community that I highly recommend and invite you to is Twin Flames Universe. And you can find them on twinflamesuniverse.com open forum, I believe, or Twin Flames Universe open forum. Just type that in on Facebook, join, and you are at the perfect place to receive support on your twin flame journey. So the fourth card we have, another Lovers card, another twin flame card. Two of Emotion. A relationship grows closer as two people fall in love, or a current relationship grows much stronger. Friendships may deepen into a spiritual connection. Mutual respect and understanding exists or will develop. Don't give up on relationships that feel challenging to you. There's still hope. And there's two lovers there, standing next to a beautiful tree. Yeah, what really stood out to me was do not give up on relationships that feel challenging to you. Like, this card is clearly communicating that love is on its way. And if like your twin flame union is challenging right now, or if you're having a challenging journey in relationships at the moment, like don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your union. Like follow through in loving yourself through this experience. Keep choosing love, because it's worth it, because love is here. This card is clearly communicating love is here. So choose it for yourself. And again, I'm like feeling like, yeah, just a lot of healing around love and relationships, and around like just expansion in your relationships, which is really healthy for your twin flame union, is loving relationships. So I'm about to move on to the last card of the deck, which is the overall energy of today's card reading. It's pulled from the bottom of the deck. But before we do that, I actually just went through some inner healing work myself, and I'd love to share that with you all, because this is the process that I worked to come into union with my twin flame. When something felt off within myself or off in my reality, which triggered me, I would go within and heal that, especially off within my twin flame relationship. I would go within and heal that and bring union back into that place. So if you notice, Mr. Monk was here, and now he's not. And I accidentally knocked him off the table, and his head broke off. I'm like, well, shit. Like, that can't mean something good. And like, it's not a very nice experience, because like this monk brought me a lot of peace. I loved this peace that I had with me in my home. It brought a lot of love here. So what I did is I went within and looked at what felt bad and what was my lesson here. Okay, so your feelings in your heart space are the gateway to your union, right? The gateway to healing, the gateway back to love. So if you won't be able to come to union with your twin flame without feeling your feelings and loving yourself where you don't feel love, right? Because the only reason you're not currently in union is because there's parts of you that aren't feeling love or loved. So a pattern that I've been playing out in my twin flame union is that there's a few things that I need and I have been needing for a while. I've needed some tweezers, I've been needing some like dishwashing, sink scrubbing stuff, and I've literally like refused to go to the shops and get that for myself. And these things my heart's been desiring and calling for, but I ignored it and thought, there's more important things to do. This doesn't matter. But ultimately, that choice in putting off my desires felt really bad. And I realized in breaking off Mr. Monk's head, to heal this part of my foundation, to heal this, I'm going to have to actually go and buy some super glue. Because I put his head back on, it fits back on perfectly, it can be fixed, right? And I recognize that I was clearly being invited to heal this part of myself, which was refusing to go and provide for myself. So basically, the desire kept coming up in my heart to go to the shops and get, the tweezers, get the sink cleaning stuff. But I ignored it. I continued to ignore it. So Mr. Monk's head had to fly off, right? It had to be like a big wake-up call for me to recognize, okay, I need to make a new choice here, and I need to go to the shops, and I need to provide for myself here, right? That's the only way that the universe could eventually get the message across to me to, hey, this feels really bad. If you're not providing for yourself, then your twin flame's going to feel like he has to provide for you, and that's stressful in your relationship, right? It's not your twin flame's responsibility to provide for you. If you have a desire in your heart, then it's your responsibility to provide that for yourself, whether it's directly going and giving that to yourself, or communicating with your twin flame how you can receive that together. So lots of little lessons here. But yes, it's time for me to make a new choice in my life and in my union that I choose to provide for myself, and I trust that in providing myself, God will support me in providing for myself. Now this is healed within myself, and I'm going to go and fix Mr. Monk, and everything's going to be dandy again within my heart. So that's what it looks like to heal a layer of separation with yourself. I had this thought in my mind where I was denying loving myself. I was refusing to go and provide for myself. That's like a little piece of where I wasn't loving myself. And these are all these little pieces that you're going to find within yourself that are causing conflict in your union. Right? Wherever you're feeling stressed or not loved, that energy is in your union because you are one with your twin flame. So it's about going all these places and patterns and behaviors that no longer serve you, and making new choices that are aligned with love in all of these places. So now I can provide for myself, and I can have Mr. Buddha, and I will have relief in my union for both me and my twin flame. So good little side message there. And he looks absolutely distraught, right? No. So, and like the monk, I'm looking at him now, Mr. Monk, like his head's completely fucking off. It's gone. But when I looked at his face, like I just saw like his peace never left him. And that is the truth. Like your peace never leaves you. And I can never truly hurt Mr. Monk. And the same is for you. You can never truly be hurt or harmed. You will always remain. Peace is always at your core. Cool. Okay, so the final card of today's reading is Messenger of Emotion. And it's a little girl. She's sitting on a windowsill almost or something. And there's a bird and it's bringing her a message. Beautiful. It says, this is the beginning of a new emotional experience that could grow into something deeper. You may receive a message expressing feelings that you didn't even know were developing. A social invitation could soon be on its way. There's a person involved who's very gentle and loving, with only the kindness of intentions. It could be you, especially if you are autistic, shy, and sensitive. Yeah, so like loving and gentle communication is on its way, and it could be your gentle and loving communication. Choose that for yourself now and always. Gentle, loving communication. Or it could be God's gentle and loving communication. Or through God through others. God through the loving community that you've chosen to develop for yourself. Loving and supportive community. Yeah. So be open to receiving loving and kind communication. Choose to give it to yourself. And like this kind, compassionate communication, receiving that and giving it to yourself is also really important for your twin flame union. Is loving communication. Truly, absolutely important at a core level. To get through, those times where you hit blocks with each other, it's really important to still choose to come from a place of love in your communication with each other, and to still choose to love yourself and them unconditionally, and communicating in a mature way with each other as you work through your blocks to union together. So yes, it's very different and interesting card reading today, full of love, full of relationship, full of support. It's very gentle, loving cards. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the sidetrack that was full of divine healing and wisdom. And my name's Carmel. I am an ascension coach for Twin Flames Universe. I guide people back into love with themselves. I guide people into harmonious union with their twin flame. And I also offer card readings and, of course, twin flame coaching services. So I bless your union and have a wonderful day. Bye now.